Alright, welcome. This is M-Dog, and we are playing Rust, and this is actually going to be a bit of a wrap-up, if you will, on Rust. And I've played a lot of this game over the holidays. Played with a bunch of people that I've met in-game, so it has been a lot of fun, and I wanted to sort of just share my opinions on the game, where I think it needs to go, and what's holding it back now from continuing to be a game that I play a lot of. The server I'm on currently is a community server modded with a rule set that is a little different than your normal servers. And so first what I want to do is go ahead and hit F1, which pulls up the console. We're going to type in suicide, and we're going to respawn at a camp. See, I think that my sleeping bag is still going to be up. So let's see if I'm right on that. Actually, I'm not right on that. Okay, so sleeping bag is gone. Make sure I clicked on the right thing on respawn at a camp. I think I did. Yeah, okay. So sleeping bag has been destroyed, which is not a huge surprise. I had hidden a couple in the mountains, but apparently they've gotten to those as well. Alright, so here is, let's skip to the end here first, and let's talk about where this game needs some work. Obviously it is still in early access, so we're in the development process. So you would expect there to be bugs, you would expect there to be things that need to be worked out. In my opinion, it is very fun for being an early access game. I have poured a lot of hours into this game, and I know a lot of people have. It's been, along with DayZ, one of the top selling games here over the holiday season. 2013 heading into early 2014. Now, the biggest problem that I and the people I've played with have run into has been a rampant amount of cheaters. Now, you can call them hackers, but that's really not what they're doing. They're not really hacking in the true sense of hacking. They're just downloading cheats, basically, for the game that I guess technically are hacks, but they're not hacking the game themselves. They're just either getting into one of the free cheat hacks that could be available and opening themselves up to getting their system infiltrated, or they are going and paying money. I think it runs about $20. I've obviously not done it myself. You hear gunshots in the distance, but they're paying about $20 to get hacks onto their system that allows them to cheat. And the cheats are, well, just incredible. I mean, they basically, there's speed hacks which allow you to obviously go really fast. There are things which enable you to open locked doors in someone's building, and not just one door but all the doors. There's clipping that allows you to go through walls. There's duping that allows you to create multiple items of things that can stack. So unlimited ammo, unlimited, that gunfire is right in that house over there. Unlimited ability to have building supplies, wood, all the resources. So basically, and the hacks, there's an aiming hack that allows you to always get headshots. There's hacks that allow you to see where everyone is in your general vicinity. So really game-breaking cheats that people have had access to. Now, this pretty much makes it unplayable, just in the sense that no matter how much work you do, how much teamwork, how many people you have befriended and created really amazing defenses, no matter what you do, someone that has these hacks enabled, especially if there's a pair of them, they can come in and just completely undo everything that you have done. So this has become very frustrating, and really, until this gets addressed, has made it where it's not worth spending all of the time and energy in doing those things. So, while I definitely recommend getting the game, even though there are all of these cheaters, if you haven't played it yet, the game is so solid and fun. If you like this kind of survival, resource gathering, building type game, then you can have a lot of fun just getting to know the game. I mean, you can spend 100 hours just learning all of the mechanics, the different recipes you can get, the things that you can learn how to create. If you kill these zombies, which here's a zombie over here. Now we're gonna try not to engage it since all we have is a rock. But once you get a bow and arrow or a pickaxe, you can one shot these zombies and they drop random loot. It really is a lot of fun doing all this. However, you will likely reach a point, as I have, where it's just not worth continuing to start over again and again, knowing that all of your hard work, if you build a really big building, a hacker can come in and completely ruin your building without any of the normal work. They don't have to go through the process of trying to get C4 and then just raiding you. They can just do it because of the cheats they have enabled. So, again, I cannot recommend this game strongly enough, but if hearing about all of the hacks and the cheats, if that makes you want to hold off until those things have been addressed, that would be totally understandable. And if you go to the main website, even through Steam, through the Community Hub, there's links to Facepunch, the developer, the main Rust websites and such. You can see the timeline of where they are in developing, their ideas of what they're wanting to do next. There's a lot of great ideas that are coming in development. And with all of the sales that they've made, you would hope that development timetable might even be quickened or sped up. But I will definitely be coming back to Rust. But what I'm waiting for are for all of those cheats to be addressed, a security system to be put in, something that automatically bans players and is effective at doing so when they try to use those types of systems. You're probably not ever going to be able to remove the ability to cheat. I mean, there's going to be people out there creating ways for folks to be able to cheat. But what you should be able to do is create a system that tracks that and identifies those players and bans their Steam accounts immediately or as soon as possible. And so once that happens, I will be playing a lot more Rust for sure. So the server that I was showing you before did have a little bit different rules. Basically, in that server, you were not able to craft advanced military weapons, even like Kevlar armor you were not able to craft. So it made it so that those things were more rare, only coming off of drops at times from different sources. So that it was much more rare. So you saw a lot more fighting with much more primitive weapons, a lot of bow and arrow use, some of the melee weapons, and then like hand cannons or the basic one-shot shotguns. So that was sort of a fun little aspect of that server. On the other hand, the other thing that server had going for it was that it had door sharing. So players could set up where multiple people could open the same doors, which is something the development team is working on for all of the servers. But currently, you have to play on a modded server to get that benefit. So I've logged into one of the other servers that I played on with, again, a group of friends that I was playing with. Is this wolf's going to give us some trouble? Let's see if we can get in here without getting attacked. Yeah, it looks like we're okay. So this is a different base we had on a different server. Another good base that we built. However, we just got ravished by hacking people that were cheating. I try not to call them hackers, call them cheaters, but I don't know that there's going to be anything left. Yeah, they've just destroyed everything, even the containers that were in my room. They've taken doors off. They've put up stuff that wasn't there before. So I was hoping that I might still have a few things left and could show you some basics that you'll end up doing in this game if you haven't seen it already. We'll just go out into the field and just see what's out there. We're going to have to try to get away from this wolf first of all, but let's see if we can do that. And we had a sort of a wall, and all this has been busted out, but we had a wall surrounding our base, and then the central base with outside sort of apartments set up on the outside. But yeah, you know, as you can see, even since the last time I was in this server, there's been a lot of work done on a lot of the buildings in this area. There normally are resources out here, but I have a feeling some of them, people have built buildings on top of them, which is an interesting strategy. I mean, it's of course it's nice for you if you've got some ore and other stuff that's going to come up right in your backyard or whatever, but for other people that's going to make you a pretty big target. Since the resources are in high demand to continue to build things and research and advance your character or your camp or your group. But in this location where we were when we were playing on this server, and we tend to build in this general location, not exactly here every time, but this was close to a radiation field, and you do have to watch your radiation levels. You start taking damage, but in the radiation field there usually are rewards to be had. Wow, there's a lot of new buildings over here. And I was just going to show you briefly what that looks like. Obviously I've shown you the zombies that you end up fighting. But in addition to the zombies, as you can see one out there, are these boxes, which let's see if there's one in this. There's a dark zombie. The dark zombies are very slow, but take many more hits to defeat. Okay, so here we go. We got some ammo and some cloth out of this box. Very valuable. This zombie's coming after us very slowly, though. So we're okay to outrun him. The lighter zombies do not take as much damage to kill, so you can get them easier. I think one of them's after us. Nope. But they are very fast, so they can hit you several times very quickly. You see our radiation is not going up at all, which appears to be a glitch. It normally would be going up very quickly. So it may be that it is going up and it's just not showing us on the bottom of the screen. Bottom right hand side it says rads are 0. Once they hit 500 you start taking damage, and since we don't have any radiation gear on, I would say our radiation should be upwards of 300 or 400 by now. But again, they're not moving at all. So we're just going to these different boxes that are located in this zone where you get radiation poisoning, where there are zombies here. And this is where I mean, obviously just by going through these boxes we've gotten some pretty good stuff. A couple flares, some 5.56 ammo, which of course works on the M4s, gunpowder to make new ammo, cloth, which makes a whole bunch of things, and we hit that one resource node where we got some metal ore and sulfur ore, which you can turn into metal fragments and sulfur in a furnace. And then we also got some stones which we can use to make some tools and other items in the game. Alright, radiation is still at 0, so there is definitely some sort of bug going on with that. But these are the kind of things you do when you're not creating, and you see it's starting to get dark in game here. Let's go ahead and get this other crate. A granola bar, which we can eat, and some shotgun ammo. So a very, very good run here into the radiation zone. And we've only been able to stay this long without radiation gear on because our radiation does not seem to be going up. So that's very strange. Someone has built a bunch of foundations out here. Almost like they're wanting to put up a wall, which would just be inconvenient for everyone. I guess it's the people who are in this building here. So if you look, yeah, they're trying to get a corner on the market here and keep other people out of this radiation field, at least from this one side. We're going to sort of jump in their building here and see what's going on. So over here on the edge of their building, you still hear the slight radiation noise, but it's not too bad. And inside their building, they're probably right on the edge is where they've built, where once they're in their building, they're not taking radiation poisoning. Let's see. Yeah, I don't hear it at all now. So they've kind of got it set up where in their building they're not taking radiation poisoning, but as soon as they step out of their building, they do start taking it. And they've got metal doors. It does not look like they have been raided. It may be that they have built this fairly recently. So it's getting dark in game, and the nighttime lasts for, I think it's about 10-15 minutes, and then daytime is a lot longer, maybe like 45 to 60 minutes or something like that. So you have a lot more daytime, thankfully, to play. Our torch is going to run out eventually, but yeah, that's pretty much what the game is. I mean, you collect the wood, which you can, by using a rock, you can hit on trees, and you'll get wood off of them very slowly, or you can also find those wood piles. I think we saw a couple of those when we were on the other server, and get wood much more quickly. And then you just pull up your crafting menu, hit tab to bring up your inventory, hit crafting, and you can start building things. Let's see how close we are to getting... of course, for a real hatchet, you need stuff that we don't have. But for a stone hatchet, I mean, we've got 3 out of the 5 metal, and then we just need 10 wood to craft that. Early on, you're going to be making a sleeping bag. You need 15 cloth. We have 4 currently. Your first shelter is probably just going to be a basic wood shelter, which you only need 50 wood for, which honestly isn't much. And then you can throw a wooden door for 30 wood on there, and at least have a place that you could close off, throw a sleeping bag in, and that would at least buy you some time. The reason why you want to put sleeping bags down is that if you do die, you can respawn at those sleeping bags, and they have 5-minute spawn timers. So as long as you don't die twice within 5 minutes, you'll be able to respawn back to your sleeping bag. If you do die twice within 5 minutes, you'll have to wait till the timer's up before you can go back to that sleeping bag. So once you get going, you're going to put down multiple sleeping bags and really have a system here. Now let's see, it looks like these are some people on the ground, and sometimes people just get done playing and they're just done, so they decide, you know what, I'm done, I'm just gonna log out right here, or maybe they get disconnected or whatever, but it's usually worth just making sure they don't have anything good on them. Get some more bandages and also get a new torch. And we'll do the same here and see if there's anything left on this guy. So this is just sort of, when you first start out, all you have is this rock, but you quickly can get enough resources to build things like a hatchet, which you will want to do. You probably want to build a regular hatchet with metal fragments pretty early. You also will be crafting a bow with some arrows. That's pretty easy to get early on, and at that point you can start shooting those zombies very easily and getting all the wonderful loot that they will drop with a hatchet, and eventually you'll get a pickaxe. You don't know how to craft that initially. You have to research it to learn, but they drop very frequently out of those crates we were picking up in the rad field. And they also drop off of zombies quite frequently as well. So it's not hard to get a couple pickaxes, and those really help. Pickaxes are amazing at increasing the speed in which you get resources off of those nodes that I was showing you earlier. The stone nodes and the the stack of tree wood. And then, of course, once you get that going, you're building up your buildings. You can make wooden or metal buildings, and you're also researching and collecting weapons and ammo. There's some gunfire there. So we've got our torch up, so we'll probably draw some attention and maybe get shot at just for your enjoyment. But once you get weapons, you basically, if you get a shotgun, even if it's the basic shotgun that you first start off with, let's see if this guy's friendly at all or if he's just going to shoot on sight. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Friendly. Looks like this guy that he killed didn't have anything. Once you get a shotgun and get some, see, this is where you put your armor. Even cloth armor helps a little bit, but you want to get to leather and Kevlar when you can, or either radiation armor if you're going to be going into the rad zone a lot. But once you get that going and you've got a shotgun, you're competitive. You're not going to be able to fight at long distances against people if they have an M4 or even a one of the good pistols or whatever. because they can shoot you from range. But if you kind of know what you're doing and can sneak up on people, a shotgun is so powerful at close range. At that point, you can start holding your own in PvP. So anyway, I've extended this video out a little bit. Just wanted to show you a little bit of gameplay in case this is the first you're seeing of Rust. I wanted to show you a little bit more about what you do typically in Rust. Very hard to be successful in this game all by yourself. You're going to want to find a group. Just be friendly to folks. I know that there's been people that have played this game for a little while and have said, oh, there's no one friendly that plays this game. Well, that's not true. There's all kinds of cool people playing this game that help each other out. Even if someone shoots you and kills you or whatever, and you see their name or whatever, you know, that's the name of the game. It's PvP. There's going to be a lot of PvP happening in this game. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to create an alliance with them at some point down the road. You're looking for opportunities to get in groups, and then really the game starts to shine in terms of your ability to build things much quicker, pool your resources, work together, and start having a presence on the server that you're playing on. And that's where the game really starts to be really fun, in my opinion. And then the cheaters show up and set you back, and then you're faced with the decision, do I enjoy this so much that I'm willing to start over? And probably once or twice you will be. But eventually you'll get to a point where you'll say, you know what? My time is more valuable than this. I'm going to wait till they address some of these problems. Once they do address them, I'll be back, because there's a great game here. There's just some polishing that needs to happen. But anyway, this has been my video on Rust. I really just wanted to try to wrap things up, share as many of my opinions in a few minutes as I could. I can't praise this game high enough for being in early access. If you like this kind of game, I think you'll love Rust. But I would encourage you to think about, what do you enjoy? How willing are you to go through the process of starting over and dealing with cheaters, and just knowing that it is in early access and things are going to change. I will be checking this game out at least on a weekly basis to see what, if any, updates have been made, what the community is like. There have been some cheaters that have been banned, but they're having a hard time keeping on top of it as new cheaters emerge every day. So check out Rust. Continue to watch videos on Rust if you're interested. Follow the community threads either on their main website, in the forums, or on the community Steam website. And when you feel like it's a good time for you, if you like this kind of game, I definitely encourage you to check out Rust. Leave any comments, send me a friend request, or let me know if you're playing Rust and you want to play. I've hooked up with a couple of people that way as well through my channel. But anyway, thanks for watching as always. Until next time, we're going to wrap this one up.